Namaste. Thank you for joining me for class. Let's begin by finding a nice, tall, comfortable seat on our mats. Once you find that, go ahead and close your eyes. And think of heaviness through your sit bones and your tailbone as it grounds you down towards the floor. And now think of lightness through your chest and the crown of your head as it pulls you up towards the ceiling. Feeling a nice length through your spine. Shoulders are pulled back and down away from your ears. And your elbows are hanging out nice and loose right underneath those shoulders. And we'll just find a nice steady rhythmic breath here. Allow each inhale, your belly to puff out away from you, expanding like a balloon. And on the exhale, allow the belly button to pull back into the spine. Again, as you inhale, belly button pushes away from you, rib cage expands out to the elbows. And on the exhale, everything comes back towards the midline. Again, building on this breath, inhale, belly forward, rib cage to the sides, even the back body goes out to the back of the room. And then on the exhale, all this just knits back together towards the midline. Three-dimensional breathing here. Deep diaphragmatic breathing on all four sides of your body. Keep going. And just allow this breath to be like an oceanic wave as it washes you anew. Up and down your spine, throughout your body. Feeling a nice lull, a nice rock back and forth. Relax the jaw and the face as you do this. And maybe you could start to make your breath audible by breathing through the back of your throat space. This helps bring you back to the present moment, brings you back to where we're at right now. Let's finish one more round of breath here. And let's move on to a pranayama exercise called alternate nostril breathing. So if you have your eyes open and you're looking at me, you're going to take your index finger and your middle finger, and you're going to place it right at the middle of your temple, or the middle of your forehead, right between your eyebrows. You're going to have your thumb right there at the right side of your nostril, and you have your ring finger at the left side of your nostril. And your pinky is just sticking up straight, just with the rest of the index finger and the middle finger. So you're going to close off the right nostril with your thumb, and you're going to inhale through the left nostril. You'll close off the left nostril now, open up the right nostril, and exhale out there. You'll inhale through the right nostril, close the nostril with the thumb, and then on the exhale, come out the left nostril as you lift the ring finger off. That's one round. Let's do this again. As you inhale, you're inhaling through the left nostril, then you're plugging up the left nostril, and you're exhaling out the right nostril. You'll inhale through the right nostril again, block off that right nostril, open up the left nostril, exhale out. Inhale here, the left nostril, close it off. Exhale, right nostril. Inhale, right nostril, close it off. Exhale, left nostril. Inhale, left nostril, close it off. Exhale, right nostril. Inhale, right nostril, close it off. Exhale, left nostril. Inhale, left nostril, close it off. Exhale, right nostril. Go ahead and release the hands. Just return the hand back to the lap and just notice how you feel. Feel a little bit more spacious with your breathing and in the nostrils. And you're still relaxed through the jaw and the face. Wonderful. Now let's start to bring the arms up and overhead as you look up at the hands, bringing the palms together and then sliding them down to the heart. Again, as you inhale, you're flipping the palms up and out, all the way up towards the ceiling as you look up at the palms, bringing them together, sliding them down to the hearts. Let's do that 3 more times. Each inhale, you're reaching out and up, scooping up space, lifting up all the way to the ceiling as you look up at those hands, bring the palms together, back down to the heart. Inhaling, reaching nice and long, expanding through that chest, the sides of the body, as you pull all that space down towards your heart. 2 more times. Inhale, reaching out, long, up, expand, pulling down, release. This time, as we inhale, we're going to reach up towards the ceiling. We're going to hang out here. We're going to drop that right hand, lift up nice and tall through that left side body as you exhale over to the right side. Feeling really grounded through that left hip as you reach that left shoulder back and maybe even curl your heart up towards the ceiling. You may want to walk your right fingertips out a little bit away from the hip to find a little bit more length, a little bit more deepening into the stretch. And then let's go ahead and backstroke the arm. Nice circles here. Opening up that shoulder girdle, really expanding through that chest as you curl the heart up towards the ceiling. Really still anchoring that left hip down to the floor. And then let's finish that last round with those circles. We'll go ahead and we'll bend the elbow, reach for our right side of our temple as we pull our head up and then over towards the left shoulder. Reaching that right arm up to the side as it reaches long to the side of the room. Nice right neck stretch here. Feeling that nice stretch along the right side of the neck, the shoulder, and breathing. You can stay here by reaching long through that arm, or you can flip the palm up and down. Relax the jaw and the face. Beautiful. Go ahead and release that right palm. We'll move the left palm to the left side of the temple now as we push our head back up to center. Go ahead and return the left hand down to the hip and just relax. Hands are by our hips. We'll flip the palms, we'll inhale, we'll reach those arms up again, looking up at the hands. Pull those palms down to the heart. Again, as you inhale, reach up nice and long and tall. On the exhale, we'll drop the left hand down by the left hip. We'll reach up out of that right hip and then over to the left side of the room. Stretching nice and deep through the right side of the body, anchoring that right hip down towards the floor. Again, you can walk those fingertips away from that hip if you'd like a little bit more of a stretch. And then let's go ahead and start to open up that arm, backstroke that arm, getting into the shoulder girdle here. Really curling that chest, that heart up towards the ceiling. Feeling a nice stretch here in the top part of the chest, the thoracic spine. Relax the jaw and the face. We'll finish one more round here. And then we'll bend the elbow. Place that hand to the outside of the left temple. Pull our head back up. And then over to the right shoulder as we reach that left arm nice and long. In line with that left shoulder and away from us. Breathe through that left side of the neck. And then you could stay here reaching that left arm away from you, or you can flip the palm up and down. Making that breath audible so you hear it. And just allowing the breath to move you, just stretch you a little bit deeper. Beautiful. Let's go ahead, place that left hand down. Right hand comes to the right temple now, pushes that head up to straight. Nice work. We'll inhale, scoop the palms up again, up towards the ceiling. And then on the exhale, we'll bring them back down to the heart. Let's go ahead, if you have the legs crossed, go ahead and switch the crossing of the feet so that we can find balance in the hips and the legs. We'll return to our seated pose, and we'll come to a pose called eagle arm pose. So we'll inhale, reach those arms out nice and long, and on the exhale, we'll come in for a hug as the right arm comes on top of the left. This is a great modification here if you want to place the hands on either shoulder head. If not, then go ahead, we'll continue on by bringing the forearms together and then curling around so that the palms touch. Making sure that the elbows are in line with the shoulder, the belly button is pulled back towards the spine, and you're sitting up nice and tall. We'll breathe into that center of that back of the chest, in between the scapulas, the shoulder blades. Breathing all the way up and down the spine. Even the tops of the shoulders here will feel some sensation. And now we'll begin some movement. On the inhale, we'll reach the elbows up towards the ceiling, looking up. And on the exhale, elbows come in towards the chest, curling in. Inhale, elbows come up towards the ceiling as we look up. Exhale, we curl in, C-curve the spine. 2 more times, just like this. Inhale, elbows come up. Looking up, exhale, elbows come down as we curl into our chests. Last time, inhale, nice and long. Exhale, nice and deep. Returning back to center, we'll inhale, we'll reach those arms nice and long. And let's go crisscross the arms just a few times, switching the crossing each time. Just feeling the imbalance you created between one shoulder and the other. Nice, slow it down. We'll come back to those extended arms. Inhale, nice and proud and broad through the chest. And on the exhale, come on in. This time the left arm is on top of the right. And you can go ahead and place those hands on the shoulders. Or you can take the forearms together and then curl around. Palms touch each other. Elbows in line with the shoulders. And then you're just breathing through the back of the chest, the shoulder blades, the scapulas, even the tops of the shoulders. Beautiful. Now let's start to find movement here. As you inhale, reach those elbows up towards the ceiling. Maybe the head falls back. On the exhale, curling those elbows into the chest, getting really small here. Inhale, lifting those elbows up. Exhale, curling in. 2 more times. Inhale, lifting up, looking back. Exhale, curling in. Last one, make it count. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, curling in. Beautiful. Coming back up to center, we'll reach those arms out nice and long. Let's crisscross those arms again just to finish this out. And just feel the shoulders loosening up as you do this. Beautiful. Let's slow it down, come back to a stop. And we'll place the hands in front of our ankles as we reach over and over onto hands and knees for tabletop pose. We'll come to all fours, the knees completely underneath the hips. And then the palms are directly underneath the shoulders. As you inhale, the belly drops, the chest comes forward for cow pose. On the exhale, we'll push the floor away, arch that spine really well up towards the ceiling, drop that head and neck. Cat pose. Again, as you inhale, come to cow, dropping the belly, heart, and gaze comes forward. Exhale, you're pushing the palms away, dropping that head and neck, arching that spine. Let's work through that a few more rounds on your own, using the breath, relaxing the face, the jaw, and making that breath really audible, so that's the only thing you're hearing. Let's finish up 2 more rounds here. And then making our way back to center, all fours. All right, so listen closely, look up here. We're going to plant that left hand right underneath our nose. We're going to kickstand this left leg out to about 7 o'clock if you're looking at a clock. Then I'm going to extend my right leg nice and long as the toes point forward towards the front of the room. I'm going to inhale and reach my right arm up towards the ceiling as I look up towards the ceiling at its half modified angle Vashisthasana pose here. So feeling really long here, so we're going to do a little adjustment through the shoulders. You're going to reach that arm nice and long in front of you. You're going to pull the shoulder back into its socket, and then you're going to scoop it over the bicep, over your temple. Feeling that nice long line of energy from the pinky edge side of your foot all the way out to the fingertips. Breathing nice and long here, nice and deep. Nice. One more breath here. And then we'll bring that arm up towards the ceiling. We'll look up at the hand. We'll reach that hand back behind us, curling open through the heart up towards the ceiling. And on the exhale, we're going to thread the needle. Bring that hand underneath that left armpit. Again, as you inhale, you're reaching up and out nice and long to the back of the room, curling your heart up towards the ceiling. On the exhale, thread that needle. Arm comes underneath that left armpit. Let's do this 2 more times. As you inhale, reach up nice and long, curling that heart. Exhale, coming down underneath that left armpit. 1 more time as you inhale, reach up, out. And then let's come back to center. We'll adjust that arm forward, curl it back towards the shoulder, and then reach the bicep in line with that cheek. We'll inhale and look up at that right hand. And on the exhale, we'll look down at the left hand. Again, as you inhale, look up at the right hand. Exhale, look down at the left hand. One last time. Inhale, looking up at the right hand. Exhale, looking down at the left. All right, we're going to come out of it the way we came back in, or we came in. So we're going to place the right hand back down. That right leg bends. And then that left leg, that kickstand, comes back into the midline. Back to cat and cows here for a few rounds. Inhaling, belly drops. Gaze and chest go forward. Exhale, pushing the floor away as you drop that head and neck. Working through this a few more rounds. Getting that nice audible breathing sound. Very good. And we'll come back to center tabletop pose and we'll switch over to the other side. So the right hand now comes right underneath the nose. The right foot kickstands out to 5 o'clock now. As you reach that left leg nice and long in back of you, heel comes down as the toes come forward to the front, the side room, or the front of the room now. As you inhale, you're reaching that left arm up, nice and long, stretching through that left side of the body. Really anchoring down through that left heel, reaching out through that left shoulder. Go ahead and bring the arm forward, pull that shoulder back into its place, into the socket, and then bring that bicep now on top of that cheek. Breathe up and down the side of the body, feeling this nice stretch here. Nice. Now we'll bring that arm up towards the ceiling. We'll curl that chest up towards the ceiling. And then on the exhale, we'll go ahead, thread the needle, bring the hand underneath that right shoulder, that right armpit. Inhaling, reaching nice and long back up towards the ceiling, curling that heart up. Exhale, curling under, arm comes underneath that right armpit. 2 more times, just like this. Allow the breath to really expand on the inhales and really deepening on the exhales. One last time, reaching up, coming back to bringing the arm forward, shoulder pulls back into its socket, and then bring the arm just right above the temple area. Nice. We'll look up at the left hand on the inhale. On the exhale, we'll look down at the right hand. Inhale, look up at the left hand. Exhale, look down at the right hand. One more time, inhale up at the left hand. Exhale down at the right hand. Nice. And we'll come out of that the way we came in. Reverse it. Bringing the left hand down. Left knee curls or comes back to bent. As you bring that kickstand leg on the right foot back into meet the left. Let's work through a couple more cat and cows just to finish out this sequence. And to neutralize and recalibrate the spine. Beautiful. And then coming back to center, we'll start to make our way down now onto our backs. So reaching nice and long, coming forward, coming down onto the hip, and then curling under onto our backs. Once we get there, we'll have the legs nice and long. And on the inhale, we'll pull that right knee into the chest, interlace the fingers around the right knee, and give it a nice pull into the chest. The shoulders are nice and connected to the floor, and that left leg is nice and long. The heel is pressing towards the front of the room. So as you press the heel away from you, really ignite that left leg and feel a nice strengthening in the top of the leg. As you press the heel away from you, you pull the right knee into you. Let's start making circles here with the right ankle here in one direction. And then let's reverse the direction of those circles. And then let's point the toes. And then let's flex the toes. 3 more times just like that, pointing the toes. Flex the toes. Point. Flex. Point. Flex. Beautiful. Go ahead, shake it out. Keep that left leg the way it is. The knee and the toes are staying straight up towards the ceiling. They're not moving. It's staying stationary just like that. You're going to place the hands onto the hips now. And then you're going to reach that leg, the right leg, all the way up towards the ceiling. You're going to point those toes, and you're just going to start making small circles here about the size of a baseball in one direction. Think of your toes drawing small baseball-sized circles on the ceiling. Still keeping the left leg nice and in line, toes still sticking up, knees still straight up. Now we're going to flex that right foot, and we're going to make bigger circles now, wider circles. Let's say about the size of a beach ball. Beautiful. And now let's reverse the direction. Let's point the toes first. Start with those baseball size circles. Beautiful. Now we'll open up to wider circles by flexing the foot really well and think of beach ball size circles. Wonderful. Let's go ahead, slow it down, come back to a stop. We'll keep the leg or the foot nice and flexed here. We'll inhale here, and on the exhale, we'll start to make our way down, the leg all the way down, heel to the floor. And it's not going to touch the floor, it's going to hover about an inch off the floor. Then you're going to point the toes and you're going to inhale and pull that leg back up to the ceiling. Again, flexing the foot. Go ahead, exhale, bring that heel down to the floor. Allow it to hover about an inch off the floor. Then point the toes, bring it back up. Last time, exhaling. And then go ahead, just release that heel. Shake it out, toe kiss the feet, maybe bicycle the legs. Feel that imbalance between one side and the other. And then we'll go ahead and set ourselves up for the other side. So keeping that right leg nice and long and extended out. Heel onto the floor, flexed foot, toes up towards the ceiling, same with the knee. We'll inhale, pull that left knee in, interlace the fingers around the front of the knee, and give a nice pull into the left side of the chest, up towards the shoulder. We'll go ahead and make those ankle circles in one direction. And then let's reverse the direction of those circles. Beautiful. Now we'll point the toes. And then we'll flex the toes. Point the toes. Flex the toes. Point the toes. Flex the toes. Nice. Go ahead, shake it out. We'll unlace the fingers, place the hands on the hips. We'll extend that leg nice and long up towards the ceiling. Point those toes, and let's start to draw nice, small, baseball-sized circles on the ceiling. Keep those shoulders nice and glued to the ground. Head and the neck are nice and long here. And you're breathing. The sound of the breath is so loud that that's drowning out your thoughts. And then let's flex the foot and come to beach ball size circles now. Wonderful. All right, let's reverse the direction. Point the toes now, small circles this time, baseball size. Keep that core nice and engaged, belly button towards the spine. This will help you stretch a little bit better. And then let's flex the foot, wider circles, beach ball size circles. Wonderful. Let's go ahead, come back to stillness. Keep those feet nice, the foot nice and flexed. We'll inhale here, and on the exhale, we'll start to pull that heel down to the floor. Allow it to hover about an inch off the floor, and then point the toes. As you inhale, pull it back up to the ceiling. Exhale, flex those toes. Bring that leg all the way down. Heel just hovering slightly above the ground, about an inch. Pointing the toes, inhaling back up. Last time, exhaling. Heel comes all the way down onto the floor this time. Go ahead, shake it out. Toe kiss the feet. Bicycle the legs. Nice work. Let's go ahead and come to a pose called Happy Baby Pose now. So we'll inhale, pull the right knee over up towards the right shoulder. Left knee pulls up towards the left shoulder. So you're making a nice V here with your inner thighs. Then you're going to bring the ankles just above those knees. And you're going to reach for the shins or the ankles. And the goal here is to have the tailbone pulled down towards the floor, and you're giving a nice pull to those legs so that the knees fall down towards the shoulders. Those feet are nice and flexed. You're standing on the ceiling with them. And then you can stay in stillness, or you can live true to its name by being a happy baby here and just kind of wiggling back and forth, side to side, feeling a nice movement and a nice stretch in the inner thighs and the low back. Nice. We can come to archer's pose by pulling the left ankle into the groin as you extend that left or the right leg all the way out, looking over towards that right leg. And then switch it out. Right heel comes into the groin, left leg extends out. Beautiful. Let's go ahead, make our way back, happy baby pose, and then bringing the knees together. And they're just hovering right above those hips, 90 degrees, and those ankles are in line with the knees. The arms come out like airplane wings. We'll inhale here, and on the exhale, we'll drop that knee pile over to the right as we look over to the left. If you have your blanket handy, you can take it in between your inner thighs to create a little bit more space and comfort in your hips. You may look up at the ceiling or looking over that left shoulder. Breathing up and down that left spine, making this feel really good. Nice. And we'll slowly make our way back up. Knees come up to 90 degrees. Inhaling, lengthening out through the sides of the body, and on the exhale, we'll drop the knee pile over towards the left. You may look up at the ceiling or look over at that right hand. Taking that blanket in between the inner thighs, if that works for you. Then breathing. Relax the jaw and the face. And keep centered with that audible breathing. Nice. And let's start to make our way back up. Bringing those knees up towards the ceiling. And then we'll extend those legs nice and long on each corner of the mat. Even spread them nice and wide off the mat. Arms come away from the body, making some real nice comfortable space here with the body. Try not to have any body part touch each other. Just create a lot of space here on your mat. As we move our way into our final relaxation pose, corpse pose, Shavasana. We just find a nice connection to the back side of the body as it sinks down further into the mat, into the ground. Settling in, calming our bodies down, our minds. And just really enjoying and relishing in this deep relaxation. You deserve it. We worked hard to get here. And then starting to find a deeper breath As you wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, circle the ankles, circle the wrists, and then just moving the head side to side, waking the body back up. We'll pull the knees in one at a time into the chest, and then bring yourself over to one side into a fetal position. Hanging out here for a breath. And then you're taking the top hand into the ground. We'll push ourselves up to a seat, sitting up nice and tall, coming back to where we first started class. Keeping the eyes closed, hands on the lap, grounding down through the sit bones, but feeling light through the chest and the crown of the head. And just notice here any shifts, any changes that took place in your body, mind, spirit, and when you first started class. This simple 20-minute series makes a world of difference. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for stopping by, checking out the video, and joining me for yoga. Bringing the palms together in front of the heart. May we take this beautiful energy off our mats and into our lives today and into the rest of the week, the weekend. From my heart to yours, Namaste.